So, let's tell me all about this Big Brother.
Oh.
Tell me about the escape, first of all. I mean, did you really feel you had to get out of it?
Yes, I did, yeah. I'd had enough. No one was enjoying themselves for the first 24 hours, and it was all a little bit too serious, and I was beginning to regret being there. And I just spontaneously found a way of getting out. The security was rubbish, wasn't it? Oh, it's pathetic. I mean, all they're going to do is keep 6 lovies in a house for a week, and they blew it. And it was just, and they had all these cameras to help them. But I was just scraping around in the garden, and I'd figured out that although the cameras do follow you around, you're not necessarily being watched. You're being filmed all the time, but not being watched, which is why. And I've just tried the back gate, having tried to dig my way out, and found that actually, I thought I was being really clever, you know. I know what I'll do. I'll dig my way out, scrape out, and after about that much, there was just solid concrete. So this isn't going to work. I'll try the gate instead, and it opened. So I went out there, and there was security guards doing what they usually do, playing cards in this porter cabin, and I slipped past, and there was another sort of barrier which I got over, and then I legged it. I was on this kind of building site, and I just legged it and ran and came to a further barrier, a very large barrier, which was just there for the building site purpose. Over that, and I was on the main road, and I thought that was it. I'm gone. That's it. I'm not on telly anymore. and I was walking around, didn't know where I was, and wondering whether I should go back or just keep going, try and find a phone box, phone home, you know. And this bloke came down the road and just looked at me and said, "Jack!" I thought, oh God, I'm going back. That was it. I had a chat with him, and asked where he was. I was in Stratford East, and he went off on his way. And I thought, what do I do now? I've actually escaped from Big Brother, the one thing that no one's meant to do, and, you know, I just did it. I'm not there anymore. And I just had to think, well, I'll go back or you ruin it for everyone. So I was trying to get back in without being seen. That was my thing, but it would have taken too long. By then, the security knew I was gone. It was about an hour later. And they were all wandering around in their yellow coats with these sort of Alsatians, retired guard dogs, pathetic ones with no teeth left. And they were wandering around the outer perimeter of Big Brother going, "Jack, Jack." I thought, oh, this isn't very cold at sea, is it? So I was down in the grass and I was dirtying up my face and trying to make it more exciting. And then I got bored and just sort of let them find me.
What was it really like, though? I mean, were there moments in there where it really got on your nerves? You really thought, what the hell am I doing here? I mean, you know, I know you were there raising money for charity. You raised an awful lot. But was it just when you think, oh, God, I mean, what's all this about?
Yeah, there were plenty of times like that. I mean, the tasks and, I mean, as you know, various people took it not as well as others, shall we say, you know, and...
Well, the girls were fragile, weren't they?
I think that they were more vulnerable. I think that they had perhaps more to lose in a way. And because I was, you know, I'm a comedian. If I make an ass of myself, then I've done my job.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean?
Exactly.
And no one minds. People like me for it, and that's okay. Yeah. And yeah, I know, you know, Vanessa took it quite hard at one point, and. You know, I actually think she contributed more in a way than anyone else because she suffered more, and it made it into a drama. I think that's when everyone started watching and feeling they really had to watch.
Yeah, that's right. It was voyeuristic, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It really was.
Well, I wasn't watching, but I mean, I could.
It was. I mean, with you, you're quite right. It was a very good comic term.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that comics would prosper in that situation because it's the stuff of comedy.
It was the opposite, and once that had happened, I felt, oh, good. I felt I was there on my own terms after that. I hadn't kind of just been, you know, had my arm twisted into doing it. And then I started messing around. Then I was obsessed with the idea of escaping again. I was one of the reasons I wore sunglasses a lot in the house is apart from anything, it's just strip lighting. It's hell. It's like dying and waking up in IKEA or something. And I wore these sunglasses so I could case the joint without the cameras knowing what I was doing. And I was looking. I realised that the whole of the ceiling was screwed on in panels. And the only room where there was no cameras, but they still had these panels on the ceiling, was in the loo. So when we got these tasks given, usually was you're doing a sculpture or something, and there were tools, and I pocketed a few tools, and I got to know where the cameras were, and I'd distract them or something, thinking I was distracted. Look over there, you know, thinking the 26 camera go, well, and I got these tools, and I was hiding them away in the loo, and then Anthea came out and said, "There's a pair of pliers in the toilet."